This is your morning in 8 minutes, and we want to start your morning looking ahead to tonight.
Well, Chief Meteorologist Heather Haley is tracking some storms leading up to that first alert coming up later.
Yeah, and I want to focus on those risks, why we have a first alert. One, you can see that enhanced risk, that's where multiple severe storms enter our area. They do become a little more isolated in that slight risk. Those ingredients, basically, that we see when we're forecasting these risks, damaging wind, the main threat. We're seeing a lot of energy there in those winds, so that could bring down some trees to tree limbs, depending on the severity of those storms, depending on how strong those winds are. Hail would be the next threat. I do see multiple storms with hail, especially as it comes close to our area. And a tornado can't be ruled out, more likely actually up into western Kentucky. So that's really in the heart of that severe storm risk in the region. Now, I mentioned flooding there, very low risk. I actually think you have a greater risk for flooding because you'll have some heavier rain today in southeastern Kentucky. The actual front passage brings us some good rainfall, though. A half an inch to an inch does soak our area, so then we can all assess, and some may be in cleanup mode by tomorrow morning when this all clears out.
All right, Heather, thanks. Well, more than 6,000 UT students are set to graduate this weekend, headed off into the real world.
Yes, the reality is going to hit hard, but ceremonies, those continue today, and our Aaron Rogers is out live this morning on campus. And Aaron, it's a big weekend for these graduates.
Before that reality hits them hard, let them celebrate just a little bit this huge accomplishment that they're doing. Yeah, I mean, you mentioned over 6,000 graduates going to walk the stage this weekend. We already had the law school graduation yesterday. There's another one this morning at 9:30 in just a few hours, and another one at 1:30 this afternoon. But with that influx of people headed to town, family, friends wanting to celebrate their graduates, we're also seeing an influx of traffic. I mean, businesses are getting busier, restaurants. So if you are headed to brunch after to celebrate or anything like that, or if you're not celebrating graduation and you just want to get dinner this weekend, keep that in mind. Those reservations are definitely going to be important. And coming up, you know, we're taking a look at really how it's impacting businesses. And I even spoke to one business here right off campus that's seeing an influx of people and how it's going to help them over the summer as well. But for now, I'll send it back to you guys.
So much for keeping us updated on that. We'll check in with her again in a little bit. But right now, we're learning more this morning about the new owner of one of our fire crews.
Rural Metro's new owner stopped by headquarters this week. James Wessel is the CEO of Brindley Fire Services. It's the new owner of Rural Metro. He says the private service will be switching to just fire, and the change will benefit the agency. Right now, the most visible changes Wessel says you're going to see will be in the updates to the fleet and equipment. Other than that, it should be business as usual. This week, Knoxville City Council members approved a major investment to improve parts of North Broadway.
It's called the Broadway Streetscape project, and the city is investing $1 million in the area of Broadway between Woodland and Cecil Avenues. They'll use the money to buy land for a new greenway along with improving sidewalks and pedestrian crossings. The Broadway Streetscape, it's still in that design phase, but it's slated to get started next spring. And now a man now convicted of killing his boss is spending life in prison.
A jury found Daniel Arwood guilty yesterday evening. This all happened at a school bus hub on Middlebrook Pike last year. Aaron Russell's family members hugged the prosecutor following the guilty verdict. Aaron's older brother says he feels justice has been served, but that doesn't make him miss his brother any less. A judge sentenced Arwood to life in prison on that charge, but he is waiting for sentencing on 2 other charges, misdemeanor and felony evading arrest. He's going to be back in court in July for sentencing on those counts.
And this morning, Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency, TWRA, reporting another boating death for this year. They say a man died after he fell from a boat Wednesday night on Dale Hollow Reservoir. That's on the Tennessee-Kentucky state line. The TWRA says he was slumped over the steering wheel and fell off the boat. People nearby were able to pull him out of the water. He was rushed to a nearby hospital where he died. We're told he was wearing a life jacket. This is the 6th deadly boating accident for this year.
Meanwhile, the TWRA Boating Safety Week begins tomorrow. The Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency says boaters on the water should be taking safety measures before getting behind the wheel. This includes taking a safety course, checking equipment, and wearing life jackets, and never boating under the influence.
This morning, we've got a recall alert for you, especially those parents who shop at Publix. The company issued a voluntary recall of its GreenWise pear, kiwi, spinach, and pea baby food. It comes in 4-ounce plastic pouches, and the concern is that it could contain elevated levels of lead. You can take it back to the store for a refund. And the Environmental Protection Agency says it's rolling back limits on some of the forever chemicals in our drinking water.
Those are human-made chemicals used in household products. The EPA says limits will stay in place for the two most common chemical types, but it is rolling back the rules on the others to give water systems more flexibility. They've been found in more than 2,700 water systems across the country, affecting 158 million Americans. The Biden administration established limits on these chemicals, which have been linked to serious illnesses, including heart disease, cancers, hormonal disruptions, and abnormal development of babies and children. Meanwhile, it's a popular event at Great Smoky Mountains National Park, but it can be tough to get your hands on a viewing spot if you did not luck out on the reservation lottery for the Synchronized Firefly viewing this week. There are some alternatives in Greenville and Corryton. We've got those for you inside your WVLT News app. Just look under the As Seen On section. The viewings at Elkmont start May 29th.
We do want to go ahead and get another check on that traffic with our Olivia Calfee. Olivia, how's it looking out there?
Yeah, guys, right now it is looking really good. As I said just a few minutes ago, we take a look at those morning commute hotspots. So starting out I-75 at Merchant Drive, north and southbound lanes are moving there. Starting to see more cars in those southbound lanes right now. Now 640 west of downtown, not too many issues in the east and westbound lanes. Several cars headed towards I-40 as we're used to seeing. And at 40 east of downtown, there it goes, east and westbound lanes up to speed. Quick look at the map. You see the green, see the movement. That is good news this morning.
5 minutes to 7 and kicking off the day here with a couple of spots of light showers, some sprinkles, drizzle, mist, fog. It's literally all starting around with humidity and clouds and warmth this morning. You're sitting at 69 in Washburn and Oak Ridge, now still 73. Knoxville 74, Tellico Plains to 71, Crossville. At least the showers serve as a reminder to take the rain gear with you. It's kind of a gloomy looking day. This is the view right now over downtown Knoxville. I know it's busy downtown with all of those graduation ceremonies Aaron's been telling us about, but right now at least it's quieter weather-wise. We do have a lighter breeze right now. We have lots of clouds. It's very sticky and warm. So then we use the humidity for a few storms as they come down along the Tennessee-Kentucky line late morning to early afternoon. We'll pop up spotty storms this afternoon to evening, otherwise mostly cloudy and still very warm at 84 ahead of tonight's cold front. Again, that rolls across our area tonight, midnight to 4 a.m. Then by tomorrow morning, we're working on clearing this out. Low to mid 60s by the morning. This weekend, again, we'll see more sun at times in the afternoons, a couple of showers Sunday morning. So that's a breakdown of what's to change ahead. I'm tracking out the storms and those severe risks coming up on the CW at 7.
All right, Heather, also coming up on the CW, we're going to check back in with Aaron as we wish all those graduates a good luck at their last day at UT. And we're following some big changes coming to downtown Sevierville. It's actually something people in the city are really excited for, so you want to stay tuned. Join us over on the CW. We hope you have a wonderful Friday.